Hey everyone, it's Ciara from Shop Like Me. Today is a little bit different video. I've been doing a lot of DIY home stuff and I am doing a peel and stick backsplash. I did not see a lot of videos with the peel and stick backsplash over tile, so I figured I would go ahead and just record myself. But this is me starting. This is the very first time I've ever used peel and stick. I have done actual backsplash before and I just didn't want to put that kind of time and energy and using a tile cutter and stuff into this project. We were just trying to get this property quickly sold, so we just needed a modernized, freshen up look, and I've just heard such good reviews on this peel and stick backsplash and seen a lot of videos on YouTube, so I figured we would try it out. So I sped this video up significantly, but right now you'll see me going through and laying them out, and I'm just kind of trimming things that maybe just not quite lining up quite right, and then you'll see me cut out the outlet. You didn't see me do the very first piece, which was probably the most difficult piece. Well, one of the most difficult. There was probably like 4 or 5 pieces that were really difficult. But you'll see me line it up with the bottom of the counter or the top of the counter right at the edge. This is the way I found the easiest. And then pull back the paper about halfway and then bend it. That way the whole thing's not exposed and I'm not getting it stuck on stuff, and I have a little bit more control and I can pull it off if it's not quite lined up right. So you'll see me lay it down with half of it pulled back and then kind of flip it up so it's straight, and then line it up with the other piece next to it. And so this section was pretty easy part. Where it became difficult was when there was no countertop and when I had a lot of things to work around and cut out. So that's where you'll see it takes a little more time. I did speed this up like 4 times faster than it was. The whole project, the whole backsplash part of the project took me probably, I want to say 3 hours maybe. That's not including cleaning and prepping and stuff like that, but that just the placing the backsplash into place. And you see me just trimming off a little bit of the white, a little bit of excess of the fake grout lines that were kind of not lined up quite correctly. And that might be just a little bit of my OCD-ness, but hey, it worked for me. It ended up looking good, and I just wanted to share with you guys my results. So again, you see me pull back half of the backing and then starting at the bottom, sticking it. Sometimes I start on the side, sometimes I start at the bottom. It depended on what I was working with. And then working my way up and flattening it out. And I was scared to do this over tile because they said you could do it over tile, but I couldn't find videos with anybody doing it on tile. Everybody had a fresh, clean drywall. So I was a little scared to see how it turned out, but I think it still turned out great. It is extremely sticky, so you got to be very careful when putting it on. Don't put any pressure on it. Just let it kind of attach itself, and that way you have room to move around. And I know a lot of videos people said they used an adhesive spray, which helped keep it wet and they could slide it around and manipulate it more. I didn't want to do that. They also said it took more dry time and it could come out of place. So I definitely didn't want to do that. I just wanted to try to keep a steady hand and, do the best I could, which I'm pretty good at lining stuff up and cutting straight and stuff like that. So I wasn't too worried about not using that glue. But you'll see me, some of these I had trouble with. You see me working them and working them and working them over and over again because it wasn't all easy, especially when I got to the part where there was no counter. So I turned off the video for a while to finish that whole end part. That's where it got challenging, where there was no counter. And I had to work it a lot. I spent a lot of time on those last 3-4 squares. So I did cut that off, and then also filling in the top part where I went back and filled in the top part after I finished that first row. And then I forgot that I had the camera off and turned the camera back on. So you see me doing like the end of this part here. I am trying to get it around the little ledge there right now. So it's just cutting it and making sure it fits and getting all the little grooves of that ledge, trying to make it look as realistic as possible. And here I am just working at trying to get that last little bit to lay correctly, and then cutting up any excess with the utility knife. So I'm nearing the end of the project, getting under that microwave, and then that last little counter is just the last little bit I have to do at the top. So this part was pretty easy. I used kind of the scraps that I had from doing the other pieces, because I found at each 2 squares it duplicated patterns, so I could get 2 pieces out of 1 square now and then just leave out 2 rows. So I was just trying to see what would fit together and how I could use it, and just getting those last pieces in there. There was a section that I skipped going up into the window sill in the last video. I do go back and do that at the very end, but I did forget to record it. But don't think that I forgot that, because I did not. I did finish that off after I had turned off the camera. So I grew up in a house with an interior designer and a carpenter, and they can pretty much build a house from the ground up. They can do everything that requires to build a house. They literally can build a house from the ground up. Obviously, teenager doesn't care about learning all that stuff. So I wish I would have learned that stuff now, but like back then I wanted nothing to do with it, because that's all they did was work, work, work. So I would have never thought, in a million years, peel and stick, that would like make you laugh. Like if I told my mom and my stepdad about peel and stick, they would probably laugh at me, because that would be a joke, because they can build or do anything. But so I was skeptical about this, but I really love the way it turned out. It looks so good. It looks realistic. It has that 3D effect. It's shiny. It just pretty much gave it that modernized look for being super inexpensive. I think this set was probably $60 some total. We had to get 2 packs. 2 packs of 10 off of Amazon, much cheaper than going to the big box stores. And I thought they actually looked more realistic and better. Plus they were a bigger size. They were 12-inch by 12-inch versus a 10-inch. And I was just really pleased with the results, because I was very skeptical. But I know I just wanted a quick instant pop to modernize, just to clean it, to make it look good, and to make the cabinets work without having to paint them a different color. I just wanted to pretty much incorporate into the cabinets and make them work and make the kitchen look like it was updated. So I really think it did a good job achieving this, and this is perfect for anybody like that's renting and can't make updates. For you to be able to make something that is modifiable, you can remove it by using a hair dryer, I believe, to make it sticky again. You can take a hair dryer to remove this stuff, but this is a good option for renters, or a good option if you just don't have tons of skill, or if you just don't have tons of money, or you're just looking for something quick and easy. This is definitely a really good option. So don't discount it. For so many years I thought it was a gimmick, but I was really impressed with the results. So the edge I started on, I did not know how to finish off the edge, so I just started kind of at the corner, but I did not buy the peel and stick trim. They do sell the trim, so I don't know what that's like yet. But this corner, I decided I'm going to go ahead and round off the edge and see if it sticks. It did stick perfectly, so I wish I would have did it on the other end, but it still looks good on the other end. But it did curve around fine, even though I thought because it's a sticker that it would not stick or that it'd pop back up, but it did great. And this is the finished result, minus that little piece that I said I went back and did later. But this is the end result. I did countertops too. I did a peel and stick countertop, which looks like granite. I forgot to record it, so you don't see that. I also changed out the light above the sink to a pendant light. So thanks for watching, guys.